Uh, YouTube, how we going? Dream stream number 7. Um, I'm sorry about I haven't gotten around to fixing it. Uh, Earlier in the week, I done a Grand Theft Auto stream. When I first started it, I realised I hadn't changed the name, so I stopped it. I think I went for 5 minutes, and it's got the same name as the Dream stream number 6. I just forgot to change the name, so I stopped streaming, then restarted streaming again afterwards. I apologise for that. So if you went on there looking for dream stuff and you didn't see it and you were disappointed, it's like, apologise. Um, if you went on there looking for Grand Theft Auto stuff and you found it, then you're welcome, but it was accidental. Um, let's see, what have we got? I'm trying to think of what I can show you that I haven't shown you yet. Because I don't know what people are having issues with or anything like that. I just recently done this one. It's a short bus, basically. Because Sony just pulled the dumbass move of removing the communities. So I've gone, okay, let's make this, and I'll put the comment in it that if you agree that Sony removing communities is the dumbest move on the planet, or one of the dumbest moves on the planet, then give it a thumbs up. But that's not what I'm doing this about. Let's see, what else have we got? Actually, I could show you how to do a simple thing. So for example, if you got that, and if you get contraptions, be easier. Race. There it is. Nope, it's timeout. Don't want timeout. I want score. Score target, there we go. Let's go pick up. Okay. This is how you can make a easy... that's the spin. It's not the one that was done. Okay, so what we want to do is find the... find the amber wood here. That's display triggers. It could be in there. It's not in there. Display logic. Okay, up in here. Okay, now I'm guessing by the layout, current score. If I go to there, that'll be the thing. Okay, I'll leave that open. Go back out, and if I duplicate this one. Okay, play. It's not the one because there's two there. We've got to find the one that's actually... so it's not that. That's the target score. Which goes to there to win. Okay, so if we use that. Okay. I'm not going to worry about changing any of the actual stuff inside. But the way the game the developers have wired it up. If I turn off the visibility. As you can see, it's already switched to 2 because there's 2 scores. And if I get a third one, for example, it automatically goes to 3. So the programming of this is done in a way that all this here, the amount of these that are in the world, will modify this in real time. And we don't want this to be accessible before you collect all your pickups. So I plonk, oh, excuse me, that in the corner. Now we're going to need a puppet to test it with. Basic puppet will do. Okay, now my usual thing is either put this above this, or off to the side, or somewhere where you can't normally access it. You can even hide it under the map, but I'm not going to hide it under the map. I'll leave it off to the side there. So when I go in to do the test, I did it. Oh, I had to remount it. As you can see, both the collect 2 score pickups and get to the finish is coming up at once. Because we don't want it just to be simply get to the exit and you win. We want it to be collect pickups. So think of these like key cards or keys or whatever to unlock that. What we want to do is grab one of these, wire the complete into the power on. Now when we go in, only the score pickups pop up. And when I pick up these 2 score pickups, it will then activate that, which will tell me to get to the exit. So that's a simple way to make a like a collection thingy. So, and with these you can change them to look like whatever you want. The way I would do it is I would select the item I want it to look like. So for example, if I want it to look like a, back all the way out, we'll grab a, we'll say, trying to think of something that would look the part. We'll go a flower. So just so we want that to look like a flower, what I would normally do is I would go in by 1, so it's attached to it, place it roughly in the center of the thing, and then just grab the visible parts and turn them off. So now, like, it's not going to do the rotation thing, but you can pick it up and see how it doesn't disappear. That is because of the way I just placed it in. You can let's make it visible. So, oops. Playing, please. So for example, if I grab that one, and you just grab that item, because it's turned off, and that is turned on, that will never disappear. But if you come into here, for example, and find the thing that tells it to destroy that, so it'll probably be in there somewhere. Power on, item collected. And as you can see, those are the noises. It's obviously here. So if we connect, we want it visible when this isn't thing. And then so what we're going to do is grab we'll turn that off and leave it on, I should say. Grab a keyframe and then just turn it off. Okay it. And then run from there to there. Now when we collect, it'll activate the normal stuff, but it'll also turn off this one, which was the flower. So if I now restart it, there, walk through it, it's gone. And obviously, if I go in, go to that one, and turn that off. No circle. It's obviously still not doing the rotation. You can attach it to the inner circle and have it rotate. As I walk through it, it's gone. That's the easiest way to make, in brackets, custom pickups. You can also make it so that, for example, if you want it so that the pickups are random. So if I move that out, we'll get rid of that one. So now that score thing over there is going to register with this one. So whenever I copy this, if I go put it in the ground, for example, I can then go copy. And we'll just say we're going to put I'm not going to be super we've got 4 flowers, but we don't want it to be 4, we want it to be 2, but we want it to be random 2. What you could do, again, I'm going to try and keep this as simple as possible. I'm going to grab a chip. In said chip, we're going to go randomizer. By 2, because we obviously want it always to be 2. And then from there, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you look, it's got the power on there. Just run the power ons. Now I haven't tested this, I don't even know whether this will work, but we want to go either that one, or that one, that one, or that one. So it'll be one of those two and one of those two. And what we're going to do is grab a timer. We're going to set that to as quick as possible, so 0.01. Actually, we'll go 0.1. And then we're going to go pulse. We're not going to repeat the timer, so when the game starts, set to that. When the game starts, it's going to take 0.1 of a second to pulse and choose which ones show up. So let's now try. It didn't work. Why did you not work? Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Let's get rid of them. And let's reset it. We've got to turn the... Ah. Okay. I know where I went wrong. Let's put them in the layout, which they are in the world. Run that to that spot. So now it's powering on the entire item, not the powering on the chip. So as before, but we'll go in, boom, boom. Only 2 have spawned, and it's collect 2. I'm just going to quickly add a way to get this so I can reset scene. Gadgets. Into here. Global settings. This is the easiest way to make a reset scene option. Grab a global settings. Choose whatever button you want. I'm going to move that to there and choose circle. I'm going to open that up. Go to the second page. And the very bottom one is reset scene. So if I throw the circle to there, whenever I press circle in the puppet, it will reset the scene. So it will start from scratch again. If I back out, I'm in there. So as you can see, collect 2, there's only the 2 there. If I press circle, it will reset the scene. It will again collect 2, but it's a different 2 as you can see. They're directly behind each other. Again, if I do it again, reset scene, they're angled. So if you want to make a randomized playthrough, so that every time you play it, it will randomly generate the location of the... You can see them ghosted there, but I'll make it so you can see them all there. Those pickups, this is the way you do it. This is the easiest way to do it. You get a randomizer. Again, you don't need these chips here. It just makes it easier so you're not getting lost. There and there. So when that pulses, it will randomize either that or that, which is either that or that. And obviously, if you want more, you can make it like this. You can quite easily come in here, grab that, and go, let's make twice as many. And then you'd copy these ones to the same thing. You can move them individually to where you want them to be placed. So if you want to, for example, make a map and hide this one behind a rock, you can move it behind the rock. You can put that one on top of the rock, for example. And then when you play, it's either going to be behind it. That's a behind the rock one. In fact, I'll place a rock so you can see it. See what I'm talking about. So come into here. Oops, wrong one. There. Let's grab a rock. Tiny rock will do. We'll scale it up. It's just going to be big enough so it's... Okay. Behind the rock. I'm going to grab this one and place it on the rock. Like so. Okay, now we play. You'll see, okay, we got on the rock that time. If I reset, we got behind the rock. So that each playthrough would be different. You could, in theory, also do that same thing with the rock itself. So you don't have to do it with just the pickups. You can literally do scenery, which is how I done one of my maps where it's a randomized dungeon. And it's true random. So you could literally have a dungeon that is literally 1 by 1 room and you cannot get out. Or you could have a full maze. What it does is, where you spawn from, every little cube, because it'll be full of cubes, has the 4 walls, and each wall is a randomization. Just like with this, it's either there or not there. And it will randomly choose whether each wall is there or not there. And it'll be a grid of rooms. I can show you in a minute what I'm talking about. But it uses the same idea as what I've done here. You can have it so that instead of it, if I open this up, open that up, open that up, instead of resetting the level, you can literally just turn around. I'll choose a different button so you can see it. If you come into here, I'll get rid of those so it's not confusing. Okay. You can make it so that pressing a button will just reset them. So for example, if I make a touchpad and just click it into reset. The catch with this is, if I collect one, it's registered I've picked it up. If I reset it, it resets the counter. Because obviously the one I just collected is now gone. So I have to recollect one. So you don't have to reset the entire level. You can just reset the spawns. So you could, in theory, make it so that you have a certain length of time to collect them. or it will reset. And to do that one, you wouldn't have it running off a button. You would have a separate timer, which at the end of that will reset that. And this one here, you'd choose how long. So just say you want it to be a half a minute before it resets the locations. Run it from when it's finished to restart. That will then go into there, which will restart that timer. You actually could just run it straight from here to the randomizers, but this way is easier. So if you want to change it, you can. And then when you're playing, if you count to the, like the half a minute, like you can look at the top at 10 seconds, so it'll be at 40 seconds, so 21, 40. They will then swap or randomize, not necessarily swap. They might stay the same. So you could make that like a challenge map. Any minute now. Are you going to trigger? There we go. They're both swapped, and you can then you got to quickly enough to get into it. And then with the catch here is you've also got to then be quick enough to get to the end, because that timer is still running on those things. Yes, it's complete, but if we wait for the 30 seconds to run through, and then it will randomize. But if it randomizes to the, see as you go there, it's randomized again. It's still saying I can go through because I've powered it up. So I can still go through it, but it's redone the flowers. So you just got to take that into account when you're doing this. In that situation, what you would do to prevent that is you're going to grab the one that powers that up and go into here, and you're going to go a not gate. So when you have not completed, when you have not completed that, this is to be powered. What that is telling the thing is that while this has not been completed, so you have not collected all the flowers, that the timer is to go. Once you complete it, the timer is then to stop. So that will prevent that issue that we just had of the thing. So if I stand here and wait for the, what are we at, 26? So it'll be at about, what's that, 56? They should then reshuffle. And the one over the back will then also not do the reset. So I grabbed it before the timer ran down. That should then have stopped that clock because it's no longer a not. It is. So I should not have the issue. I'm well and truly past the timer and is not respawn them back up again. So then I can just come to the end and finish it. I'm not going to because I'm going to keep going. Just to add some interest, again, just jump into the, if you're starting out, just jump into the media molecule library, grab some scenery blocks, start placing them down. I have an issue with the method they do with this, how they got the painted parts. So I delete the painted parts. Over the back, like that. There is like literally no right and wrong, as I keep saying. So there's nothing wrong with doing it this way, and I will rotate that. I'm going to put that there, then I'm going to grab a copy of that. Rotate it that way. Okay, and again, you don't have to see that counter because it puts it up on the HUD as well. So you can hide that literally anywhere you want. So if I hide edge of that platform like that. Let's move this across to say there. I'm going to leave this side open. I'm going to come into the ground. And what we're going to do is change its sound to sound like grass. And then we're going to have open its style. But we're going to come into the style one, that one, and to a grassy look. We'll choose that one. So the little paintbrush, right trigger. We've now added a paint, a fleck. Change the fleck from a square. If I'm coming nice and close, as you can see here, a grassy look and texture. And then we just add a little bit of looseness. We'll add a bit of that. And I'm even going to add a bit of, we'll go about a 10 on the wave. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, 20 looks good. And then we're just gonna, actually, you know what? If I grab, we're gonna go to the paint function. We're gonna choose a green. It's dark green. Scale our box up nice and big. Let's unplay that. And we're gonna paint it. And then what we're gonna do is grab a lighter green, shrink it down. If you're having the problem with it's not going to where you like it, again, turn this one on. It will then snap to wherever your imp is facing. So if you face it in the middle, it'll snap to there. And I'm going to choose a circle, scale it up. I'm going to add some blend. And we'll go there and turn it down a little bit and go to see there. Just to add, you know, like different types of grass. So there's that thing. We'll restart. As you can see, still telling me to collect 2 pickups. And there's the pickups. Again, if you pick the 2 pickups up, if for example I take my time getting this one, it will then reset. Let's just wait for the timer to count down. There you go, it's reset. And I have to again collect both pickups. Now, first thing I'm going to do is change the camera on this guy because I dislike the default cameras. They drive me nuts. And which is a reason why I haven't played Phoenix Rising, because the camera is too far away and annoys the hell out of me. Okay, so I've just zoomed the camera in a bit. Actually, what I am going to do as well is make it so that it's not an auto run. So, right trigger to there. That is the easiest way to do it. So now when I pull the run, it will go to where it was. I normally show it with the keyframe, do a keyframe and turn that to 0, because it makes less wiring. But this one here, there's a wire, but it's fine. So if I now start it, camera's in closer. I can only walk unless I right trigger it, right shoulder it. So I'm going to collect 2 pickups. So let's collect the pickups. Then all you gotta do is get to the end. You could also, in theory, add yourself a very basic enemy. Because the puppets by default, where are we? If you just grab a very basic puppet, well, this one's the deluxe, but basic puppet, If we go in and open up the chip, here it is here. That's the follow behavior. So it's telling that when you possess it, that everything around it is to follow it. If you leave that by default, this puppet here will try and get to that puppet there. But if you add, if we come into here and go health modifier, we're going to make it a zone, continuous. We're going to have to use the label system here. I would disable foe, so that this will affect everything except for a foe. And what we're going to do is label the puppet here, go to the labels, and label it a foe. So that this circle, which can be adjusted, so you can adjust it so it's going to be closer. My recommendation would go a cylinder. Place the origin of the cylinder right in the center of the puppet. And then go up to about there. Then just scale the size of it you like. So if we go 1.5 there, and 1.5 there. So right now that, if your puppet's chip, so that little square thing there, is inside this green zone, it's going to take that amount of damage, or that amount of heal. If you want it to be a healer, change it to a positive number. If you want it to be a damage, you send it to a negative number. But we don't want it to insta-kill, so we're going to go to a 10. So anything that's inside there, that is anything there that is lit up, that has a actual, I'll show you, has one of them in it. This will do that amount of damage to it, or that amount of modification to it. So if that's a plus, it will raise the, that one there up by that. If it's a negative, it will take that one down by that continuously within the zone. Okay, and we don't want to be able to possess that because that's the enemy. So we're going to go into there, open up the controller sensor and choose not possessable. We don't want it to follow imp, we don't want it to be remote controlled, and we don't want it possessable. We want it to be just a basic enemy. And just to make it so you can see it's an enemy, let's go and paint it. Where are we? That one. Let's make it nice dark red. And let's add a little bit of brightness to it. Okay, and just to make us a little bit more interest, it's defending the flowers. See, so now it's going to come to me, but if it gets too close, I'll take damage. Just to show you if I'm taking damage or not, I'm going to quickly run in a very basic HUD. Yeah, so you can see how to do that. Okay. We're going to grab a number displayer. We're going to open up that and go from current health to there, to the little thing on the side. And we obviously don't want it to look, cheap. So we're going to go that off, that off, that off. We're going to make that a nice bold number. Yeah, that looks good. We're going to scale it up. Put it up in the top corner. That's a health bar, so let's make it red. Yeah, let's put a health bar in the top left. You can adjust the range that the puppet comes within, the red puppet. As you can see, it's not coming close enough to hurt me, but if I walk near it, see my health going down? So that's a very basic attack. the range and stuff like that can all be adjusted. Not now. Look at me, follow me, auto jump, follow. There's the follow. That one there is telling this here, which I believe it is. There. It's telling that. Like if I click on it, it's turning that one on. That's how the follow works. That there and that there is what you would change. So for example, when it gets within 2 meters, it will stop following. Just come into here. I will make sure I do it through that. And then go there. And we'll turn it down to, say, 0.5 of a meter. So it's going to come in nice and close. That is how you would adjust. It should come running up really close to... Oh, it's stopping further back. Why are you still stopping further back? Why are you still stopping further... Okay, we'll adjust it a little bit more then. I could swear that is... Edit keyframe. Change it to a 0.1. Let's say I'm missing something. Yeah, I'm still stopping at the same... Do I have to set it up with... I might have to set up with both. Okay. Yeah, I'm not expert at it, so bear with me here. If I come into the follow here, and I'm just going to adjust this one as well, which is in there, there. I want 0.1, didn't I? I don't know whether the outer radius makes... I believe that's where it starts. That's the cutoff, and that's the cutoff. So it should, at 0.1 of a meter, so if it's closer than 0.1 of a meter, it will say don't follow. And if it's further away than 100 meters, it does not follow. That's the way it should be working. Oh, there we go. You have to do them both. So right now it's obviously going to be a runner, so I have to try and keep away from it and grab the flowers at the same time before they reset or before that thing kills me. It got me. But the way you'd fix the fact that it got me after the timer ran down would be you'd come into here and it's right there. We're going to grab that, and then it's powered on here, so we're going to do the same as like the other one. Go to there and to there. So once I collect both the flowers and this powers up, that other puppet will no longer follow me because it won't register that I'm possessed. As you can see, it's going to come running over. Let's go quickly grab the flowers. I've grabbed it and it will now stop following me. So it's now doable. You could also do it so that you press a button, and then while the button is pressed, it no longer follows you, or vice versa. So if you want to have a sneak button, you can have a sneak button and have it so that the follow function is turned off while you're in sneak mode, and that puppet will no longer follow you. So you can make it so it's like a sneak thing. But there's the basics of how to make a, I suppose, treasure hunt game, or whatever you call it. I'm going to quickly save it. No, got a big contraption, okay. Okay, so there's that. Again, you can when you're back out of here. Would you like, you can say yes. I always say no, just so I can back all the way out. Go back into here and edit all this sort of stuff. So I can go into here, add tag, template. We'll do that. Useful basic. That should be enough. Because that's not a T, that's an R. Okay. Okay, so that's now like that. We'll now release. That's fine. Yes, I know it's forever. Again, if you tick that little circle, it will no longer show you that message. I leave it on as a last. Oh crap! I know I don't want to release it. I can always say no. Okay, so it's now up. I can then come in, delete my offline version. So now when anyone plays it, they can come in, they can try and dodge the red puppet. Grab the two things, get to the end. Again, if you want to add more flowers, just add an extra randomizer, add however many you want to be randomized. Generally speaking, what I would do in this case, if I go back into edit, and then go to here so you can see them. Those two are near each other, and those two are near each other. Make it so that it's plausible that it would random, like, just say you got an area. If you've got one flower in each area, and make a randomization of say 1 or 2 spots. And then for each area, you'd have its own randomizer. And then for each flower, you'd have its own flower or whatever. Don't go trying to get randomizing it so like you could have 3, you could have 10. That's when it starts getting more complicated. If you leave it at, there's always going to be, in this case, it's always going to be 2, but it'll be randomized between either that one or that one, and that one or that one. It's not going to be, there's no chance of getting 3 flowers. There's no chance of getting 1 flower. It's always going to be 2, but in different locations. It keeps it simple, keeps it less complicated, and if you need to do any testing, you can. As you can see, he won't come until I possess. So in theory, oops, I've still got that reset. If I depossess the puppet, he will stop chasing me. But I obviously can't get into the thing, go to the flowers. No one's watched the stream, but I've done the basics of creating a game. And again, this is all, every single one of these items is, if I come into, it's not going to tell me, is it? Every single one of those items that that they're all media molecule creations. The pickups and the fact that I've used the flower, I've not created anything here. These are all literally just stuff I've grabbed off, thrown it in, tweaked it, and I've made a game. That is the best way for a beginner to get into it and start creating. And for example, just say you've created this and you go, okay, I want to make this character look cool. You can jump into, for example, where are we? Oh, we're in edit. Bring up this, and instead of looking up media molecule stuff, just come to here, and do a search for whatever you're looking for. So just say you're looking for tags, looking for a character. That media molecule, not media molecule, somebody else. And if you're not sure on who made it, it's in the center and you look at it, normally it will show, let's go from there. If I go, for example, Toon. So this is looking up Toon characters. So as you see here, who it's by, what it's called, how many likes it's gotten, what its thermals are, and a brief description. So for example, if you want to put, just say this puppet in here, just grab it and plonk it in. But we want to grab an actual, so there's one of mine, there's someone else's, there's another one of mine, there's a truck, so I can add a truck to it, so I can grab that. The truck's in there. Go ham. Just remember that when you're doing that too, look at your thermals. So if you come into here, that one, take note of your thermals. And when you go searching, for example, like this one here, it's a 12 thermal there. So you've got to add to whatever you got here. So that's a 15, you've got to add 12 to that. So that's 27 on the graphics. So if you're at 98 and you come into here and there's something that's 3, it's obviously not going to fit. It's going to tell you it cannot fit. But if you do that, all you have to do is remember to, the editing you've done in here, like that line there that goes into here to turn it off, remember to rewire that. And because that one, remember that one has that in it, the modifier in it, which attacks everything except for a foe. When you place the new character in, just remember to label it as something that it can detect. So for example, boom. Where are we? Did I not? Oh yeah, because that's got a unlabeled as well. Yeah, down the bottom, unlabeled. So this here's unlabeled. That puppet is unlabeled. If I make that a friend puppet, it will also work. If I make that, call that a foe, it will no longer take damage from this because it does not affect the foes. And that is why that enemy character is labeled as, in here, a foe. So it does not get hurt by that. Well, that's coming on to the 50-minute mark. I'm going to call it. Actually, no, before I do, I will just quickly exit and show you this other one I've done. If I come into here and go, I'll call it random. This is the one I was talking about. There's your puppet, but all these walls here are 100% random. And again, with the other, same as the other one, the circle refreshes it. So as you can see, it's a true random dungeon. I can get infinite number of mixes. I'm yet to pop one up as a single room, but you get the idea. Each one of these walls has a chance of being actually in or not. Okay, there's the 50 minutes. Gonna call it. You'll take it easy. Again, if you're on Dreams and you get stuck, look me up, live FME, throw me a message. If I can help, I will. It'll come in my activities. I'll get a message. Someone asking for help. I will try and help if I can. If I cannot help, I will give you suggestions of what I think might help it. I am thinking about making a creation. Where are we? If I come into here, sort by collections. I am thinking of making a collection of my collaborations. And if you want in on that, just let me know. And I will just plonk all the creations that either I think are great or I've collaborated with. I'll plonk it in there and share it up. With a bit of luck, the fact that I'm a level 301, if someone goes searching in, for example, if they come into here, go in here and they go search, and they obviously find collections, and they find someone's collection like that one there, beginner's dream collection. If you open that up, you'll see who it's by or whatever, and say, oh, he's a low rank or whatever. If they see 300, they might go, ooh, this guy might be alright, let's give him a look. Same with if you want a legit collaboration, let me know you want a legit collaboration. Say, like, I'm stuck, I need help, you want to collaborate with me, I'm more than happy to help. If you just want the achievement, because there is a trophy, I don't want to call it a trophy, it's an achievement. I believe it's an imp. Come into here. I believe it's in here somewhere. They've been completed. Let's see if I can find it. I can't remember where. Stamp. Puppet carver. I think it's that one there. That one. There's one here anyway for collaborating. If you just want that, just let me know. Say like, I just want the achievement. Can you collaborate with me? I'll more than happy to collaborate and not actually do any sort of work to it. Like as I think I mentioned a couple of times before. If I come down to the bottom here. If it will load. Okay. This one here. If I open it up, this creation here, it says I'm collaborating, but I've actually done no work on it. All those 257 thumbs ups are all him. I don't think there's a single thing I contributed to this. I think all he wanted was someone to collaborate, so I collaborated. If at any point he throws me a message and says, is there any chance you can do this for me, dude? I'll do it. I've got a tendency not to interrupt with people, interfere with people's creations, as a lot of my creations, because I'm an artist, a lot of mine, like for example, this one here, where are we? Those ones, that one, they're all relatively anatomically correct. and they frown on that because it's, so even my non-anatomically correct ones, it's like, how dare you make it look like it's a male, like, or how dare you make it look like it's a female. That's it. Get moderated, and they pull the creation down. And I don't want that happening to somebody else's creation, because media molecule are too childish to allow my creation to stay up. So unless you explicitly ask for help, I will stay out of it. But I'm more than happy to put my name on it, so you can get the collaborative imp thing. To help you level up. So these go. My Thursday stream for the 15th of April. If you go looking for it, if you go in there, go search, remixable, newest. It will be in here. It will be, there it is right there. Basic game creation stream. Just click on it. Click on remix. Make your own, or click on view to view it. Because I'm the creator, I also have edit. You won't have the edit there. You will get hits like if I click on that one. You will get those three: view, remix, or thumb up. There's no thumb up from me because obviously I can't thumb up my own thing. But if you play it or you edit it and you like it, by all means give it a thumb up. Same with other people's creations. If you find something you really like, give it a thumb up. Let's have a quick look. That doesn't look too bad. But there you go. That's the stream. Gonna call it. You take it easy, and I will catch you all next time. Stay safe and take care of each other.